Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Today I have the opportunity to do a little bit of an unboxing. Recently I got the KastKing Rekon reel, and well, a lot of folks have been asking me about KastKing lately. They're very nice, solid, well-made, dependable reels, and they always wanted to learn a little bit more about them. So let's take a look at the Rekon, and well, we'll take a look at the features and the functions of the reel, how it compares to some other reels that are on the market, and well, maybe it's something that you're considering purchasing, and if you do, well, you have a little bit more of information about that. Before we get started, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you like fishing reel service and repair, if you like learning about fishing reels, learning about how the reels come together, how they get serviced, and a little bit about their use and the like. Well, this is a channel that you might enjoy. If you like that kind of stuff, I do encourage you to subscribe to my channel. If you do subscribe to my channel, please use that notification button. That notification button will help you know when I am posting videos, and well, you can make a determination as to whether that's a video you would like to watch. I work on all kinds of reels, new reels like this one, vintage reels, conventional reels, surf casting reels, low profile bait casting reels, you name it, it's kind of there. And well, from time to time I do the product reviews, and this is one of those. So who is KastKing? Well, KastKing is a company that was formed probably about 10 or 15 years ago. I'm going to get that wrong, I'm sure. But they were located out in Garden City, Long Island. That's not far from where we are. You can see the complete lineup of their products at KastKing.com. And it was founded by, well, by fishermen. I was talking to one of the fellows in service, Paul, out there at KastKing. And, well, he's been fishing an awful long time. And I think this is kind of one of those places where you find the passion of fishing in the products that are designed and manufactured. So today's product is the Rekon. It's a level wide fishing reel designed for salt water or big game fishing, if you will. You can use this certainly in the big lakes like the Great Lakes. You can use it well, catfishing if you like to do the catfishing kind of thing, and of course salt water. What makes this one a little bit different is that this one has a line counter for the bigger type of a reel. Graphite frame, it holds 20-pound test, 420 yards, 25-pound test, 330, and it can be used with braid. And the reason I mention braid, you have a little bit of a grasp here, but if you do use braid, please back the braid with monofilament for, oh, I don't know, 10-15 yards of it before you tie your braid on. That will eliminate braid slip. Well, the other reason I mentioned you can use it with braid. Braid is an abrasive type of a line. It's not smooth. And a lot of times if you have a line counter or a level line guide reel like this one, and it does not have metal, if it's a plastic or a graphite one, that braid is going to chew away at the sides of the plastic, eventually cutting it, either weakening it or just creating a groove where that line wide doesn't work very well. In this case, there's a metal insert inside the line guide arm. Not quite sure if it's visible here, but hopefully it is. But there's a metal insert, and that will protect that from the rigors of a braided line. The reel is very light by comparison. It has a gear ratio of 5.3 to 1. That's pretty high speed for a big reel like this. That means you're capable of, well, bringing up fish fast on the deep drops, or if you're trolling and you're jigging lures, you need a rapid retrieve on your lure set. Well, that 5.3 to 1 is going to help you with that. This is a 3+1 ball bearing. The 3 bearings, we're going to find out. I'm going to do an extended run on this one in terms of where they are, but I believe I have a bearing on each side of the spool and one in the handle, since that handle spins pretty nicely. It also has the +1. The +1 is the indication that this reel has an anti-reverse clutch. Now, I did not see the indication yet about max drag on this reel, and probably should do a little bit more research on it. I can tell you in the hand it feels nice. There is an ergonomic design here on the top lever so that you can rest your thumb while you're working the reel, either jigging or bouncing it off the bottom with some leads. This is a leveraged handle. You have 2 slots that you can use the leverage handle on. This is a nice power grip, and well, I think it's pretty well leveraged right there. But if you needed additional leverage, if you're the kind of person who likes that long handle, you can actually remove this screw, remove the handle nut underneath, move that handle to that further hole here. That's going to extend it another 1/2 inch out, and boy, is that going to give you even more significant leverage with the reel. This reel does have a nice smooth operation in terms of the clutch and release. This is a reel where the level line feature will run when you're in free spool. So if you're casting, this will run along with it. Some reels that are manufactured have a stationary line guide. When you go into free spool mode, that line guide will not move. In this case, the line guide does move along with it, and it has an automatic trip on the return of that free spool lever. That's convenient in that, well, you don't have to drop it out, start working it, and then remember to flip your line back. It's going to do that automatically. You also have a spool adjuster knob. As you release that, that takes tension off your spool, and you can see here that that spool speeds up when I reduce the tension on the line cap. When you reduce the tension on the line cap, you're going to be able to cast further because there's less resistance on the spool. So you just need to find the setting that's right for you and act accordingly. So beautiful reel overall. Let's just go over real quickly again. 5.3 to 1 gear ratio. That's pretty significant. 3+1 ball bearings. We're assuming a ball bearing on each side and 1 in the handle. That's for convenience as well as smooth operation. This reel has a line counter. So as you let your line out, just press that, as you let your line out, it's going to start counting away in feet how far out that line is. Why is the line counter used, or why is it important? Well, the line counter will eventually lead you to where the fish are in the water column. So let's say you're drop fishing and then jigging. You're going to drop the line down and you're going to do a rapid retrieve to pull that lure up through the water column. When you get a hit, you're going to notice, and of course this is nowhere near where it is, but let's say it's at 110 feet. If you get a hit at 110 feet, next time out, you know, release your line, drop it in, and then kind of crank quickly until you get in that, let's say, the 120 foot range, and then you're going to know that that's where the fish are hanging in that water column, and maybe in that next 10 feet of retrieve, you get another hit. It's always a good indication of and a helpful assist with that. One of the things you need to make sure when you fish a reel like this, particularly with that line counter feature, is that you clean that reel after every use. You want to make sure that you hose this down with fresh water. If you don't have a hose, no problem. Take a bucket or a pail of water or a large pot and submerge this into the fresh water. That will get rid of all of, well, if you're fishing saltwater, all of the salt and the film and the accumulated debris from it. So what do I think of the reel? I think it's a very nice reel. I like the line guide feature with that support bar up top. I like the weight of this reel. I like the extended leverage handle to it. And while I don't necessarily use that line counter feature, it is good to know that it is there. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that product review. And well, coming up soon will be a take apart and service of this reel, so you'll get to see the inside of it. I hope you've enjoyed that, And I encourage you to continue watching, and thank you for your viewership. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.